All right, so I'm 52 years old at the time of recording this, and I am starting over after building multiple 6 and 7 figure businesses over the last 16 years now. And I am going to document a lot of that here on this channel. And I am also going to be helping a different audience than I've been helping, slightly. And so really this video right here and the videos that will come that will be posted on this channel, which is titled Brand Creators, I wanted to basically share this for myself to look back on, because here I am 52, and in 5 years we can go back and we can kind of see where things went. But I also know that there's a lot of people out there that are 50s, 60s, and they do want to pivot. I've pivoted now over the last 16 years, probably 4 times. So a lot of times people talk about a career and they change careers 4 or 5 times, maybe more. It's normal. But when you're creating an income from online business and being an entrepreneur, honestly, it's scarier, riskier, because a lot of times if you're getting a new job, you're going into a company and you're just kind of getting plugged in and getting a paycheck. With starting something new, you're not getting a paycheck. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to basically share this to document it, but also for anyone out there that is, maybe you're a coach right now, or maybe you're someone that has built businesses in the past. I've got a lot of friends that have also pivoted in the online business world. And I think over the years, and I'll go through a little bit of that here with you, but over the years, things just kind of started to show itself as I was doing certain things. So I'll give you an example. And you may be watching, actually, let me know, is this the first time that you're seeing a video from me? My name is Scott Volker, by the way. This channel, Brand Creators, is probably around 10 years old. And this channel, if you go back in the archives, there's a lot of different topics that we talked about as far as business, a lot of things that I was doing. I'll kind of cover those here really quickly with you. But this is really for, and this is a little bit all over the place, but this video is really for the person or the business, the online business that's feeling like stuck, or you don't want to do that anymore, or you're feeling trapped. That's who it's for, because I felt like that. I actually felt like that. I had one of my best years ever. Made my first $1 million year, gross. That wasn't profit, just to be clear. But that was the first time I ever cleared 7 figures in a business, and it was amazing. Then the next year, I started to feel like I didn't really know if I wanted to do this that much longer. I didn't know if I wanted to be in teaching and sharing in that field. There's a lot of people that have a job and they've been doing it for 20 years, and they're like, I don't know if I love this anymore. Or maybe it was after 5 years, but they feel stuck or they feel trapped. The cool thing is once you build this skill set, which I have been able to do over the years, it allows you to be able to go, okay, I understand the building blocks of a business, an online business. I know how to build a brand. And now I can pretty much take that and plug it into an idea, let's say, or something that is of interest. So kind of going back in time a little bit, for those of you that have not seen a video from me, like in the comments, let me know if this is the first time seeing a video from me. And I want this to be valuable to you. And also, this is not going to be fancy with B-roll and edits and jump cuts and all of the fancy stuff. This is going to be, and a lot of the videos on this channel moving forward is going to be like this. Either me out here sharing a thought that I'm sitting out by the pool, I might be in the car, I might be in the home office. It doesn't really matter where I am. It's just, if I have a thought, I'm going to share it. And I'm really going to be helping people moving forward with people that want to either pivot, that want to take their online business and they want to maybe go and start using organic traffic and not paid traffic. Really the building blocks of building a brand, which to me has been email list building. Anyway, going back in time a little bit, let's take the time machine and just go back in time real quick. when I first started in the online business space, I was in the photography space. I was, my wife and I owned a photography business, and then I started teaching what we were doing, Photoshop and editing and things like that. And this is going way back. This is like, gosh, this is back in 2004. Yeah, about 2004 is when we started that. And then I think I started the online thing around 2007, 2008-ish, somewhere in that range. Maybe 2009, I forget. But YouTube was kind of just happening, just starting. And so I started posting videos there and helping people that were in the photography space. That's where I built my first six-figure business. And I learned a ton. I learned a ton about online business and courses and ebooks and digital products and all of that stuff. And I learned all of that stuff. As I was doing that, as being an entrepreneur, I went ahead and started to dabble in e-commerce. I started to dabble in Amazon and private label items where you would find products either overseas or even here in the States in private label, and then you would sell them on Amazon. And that did really well for me. And then I started to see an opportunity that no one was really teaching that at the time. I was one of the first podcasts out there, The Amazing Seller, back in the day, where I was talking about specifically just selling on Amazon. Now, there's a whole bunch of people. But that there allowed me to go in that direction. And I did, and I made a pivot. I started to phase out of teaching the photography stuff. And then I moved into teaching people e-commerce. That lasted for probably 6 years, maybe 7 years. And then I started to feel the itch again. Like, I don't know if I want to be known as the Amazon guy. I don't want to be trapped. I'm feeling like this is what I'm going to be talking about for the rest of my life, and I don't really want to. And so I made the decision to basically not walk fully away from it, but kinda, where it was like, I think I can start teaching people just about content and creating content, building audiences. And I started to dabble in blogging, which I've done in the past very successfully. And I started teaching that. And that was like a small little pivot. Didn't really turn into too much, but that's where we then rebranded to Brand Creators, which this channel is known for now. Played around with that, built some niche websites. They did pretty good, did some trainings on that, and then started to move into the Etsy landscape because my wife started doing Etsy. We sold our e-commerce brand, and when we sold the brand, I was no longer doing Amazon. So I'm like, I'm not going to sit here and teach Amazon if I'm not doing it. So I started to phase out of that. Another pivot. And I walked away from something that could have been probably multiple seven figures a year. I walked away from it because I just didn't want to be trapped there. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, how can you walk away from that? I wasn't going to be happy. And I think that's the main thing I really want to share with this video for myself to look back on and go, okay, Scott, that's your thinking back then. Where are you now? Which I have a story I'll share with you here real quickly about the new project that I'm working on with my son, which I'm really excited about. And I think that's the other thing too, is you have to be excited about something. If you're not excited about it, it's going to show. And I did Etsy with my wife for probably 2.5, 3 years. And we built a pretty good sizable audience here on Brand Creators. And if you're watching this, you might be one of those people. And I want to thank you for being a subscriber. But moving forward, we kind of, I don't want to say phased out of, but my wife kind of got a little burnout with the Etsy thing. And it was really just intended to be a side hustle for her. And with my daughter, she's doing beach volleyball and we're traveling to different colleges and all of this. And I didn't really want to be in that space anymore. I didn't want to be known as the Etsy guy. And so I started to transition out of that. And that was a multiple six-figure business, and we transitioned out of that. And now where we are is right now for the last 10 months, my son and I, Scotty, who's 27 now, just turned 27, and we decided to start teaching how to build an audience off of YouTube. And it was a little scary for me because here I am, I'm running something that's working pretty well. I had a business partner in that as well, Chris Schaefer. Shout out to Chris Schaefer. Love him. He's like a son to me. And still really good friends. And he kind of saw a new opportunity for him. And I saw this and I said, you know what, we're just going to kind of spread out and, play in these two different arenas. And that's where I went and that's where I've been. And so also the challenge, I think, of starting over. I don't know, as an entrepreneur, you kind of look for that challenge. And that's kind of what I think, strived for, is I love the challenge. Also, things have done pretty well for me over the years by just investing. I had an Airbnb. Thankfully, to the other stuff that I've been doing online, I took that money, I reinvested it into an Airbnb on a lake, held that for like seven years, did really well, and I just sold that property for over $1.8 million, I think it was. No, I know it was a little over $1.8 million. And again, I'm not sitting here saying this to sound like I'm bragging. I worked my butt off for what I have today. And I know it's funny, I had a mechanic here today, and he was working on my car, and I've got an older 73 Mustang, which again, it took me 20 some years to get that, because I basically traded in my 87 Mustang when I got married at 21, because I was gonna have kids, and I bought a minivan. But then, 20 years later, I ended up getting my Mustang back. But anyway, so he was here fixing it, and he's a young guy. He's 27 years old. And I really wanted him to understand that he's like coming here and he's like looking at like the things that I have. And I definitely don't live above my means, but I definitely don't have like a massive mansion that's like 7,000 square foot and, like 7-stall garage. And yeah, I have a nice place, but I've worked my butt off for it. And it was funny because he was asking questions, what do I do? Or, what do you do? And, like all this stuff. And I was telling him, and I had to make it very clear to him. I'm like, I just want to let you know, these hands, they got dirty. And actually I was helping him today, and I was in there getting gas on my hands and oil. And he's like, I'm pretty impressed that you're actually jumping in here and doing this. I'm like, yeah, well, I used to be in construction. I'm not afraid of getting my hands dirty, but I never went to college. And I like to let people know that, because it also takes their guard down, because at first they're like, oh, look at you, you're successful. Like you're, you're above me, or, and maybe that's just me thinking that, because that's how I have felt before. But I always like to take that guard down, because I do not feel special above anyone, other than I have a good work ethic. I think that's my superpower. And I think I have a pretty good idea on how to figure things out. I've got good common sense. That's what I would give myself credit for. But I'm 52 years old, and I basically wanted to pivot and do something that I feel I'm going to want to do for the next 20 years. And what is that? I'm asking myself, what is that, Scott? What is the thing? And the thing is, I love helping people identify an audience, build an audience in a niche that they're interested in, and showing them how to leverage these different skills and these different assets in a business. And to me, it's really simple. It does come down to the simple things. And this is what I've been doing for the last, like I said, 20 years, really, because even in the brick and mortar, I've done this. You build the audience of awareness. YouTube is the great vehicle for doing that. So that's what you're using it for. From there, you get the attention. In the getting the attention, you're also going to want to build a relationship. And in building that relationship, you're collecting an email address. If you've been in my world for any period of time, you know that I'm big on email. Email is the thing that has made the millions. That's the thing. And you ask anybody in a successful online business, whether it's e-commerce, whether it's digital products, does not matter. Email, number one, still to this day. If you're building funnels and you're into the funnel hacking world and all that stuff, don't worry. I've been there. I understand it. I've done it. But the big thing there for a lot of people is buying traffic and getting that traffic to convert. For me, it's always been, can I do it organically? Can I do it in a way that I'm building a list and subscribers on YouTube free, where also I'm building a deeper relationship, because that's going to convert higher when people are going to want to hire me, or they're going to want to buy our products, or any of that stuff. Long story short is, that's where I am today. So I am 52. I am somewhat walking away from the Etsy world. Nothing wrong with it. I still think it's a great business model. It's just not for me right now, and probably won't be in the future. So yes, could I continue down that road and continue to teach people? Because a lot of people on Etsy, no offense if you're on Etsy, they are not familiar with those building blocks of building a business. They're building an Etsy shop, and that's their business. That's not a business to me. And if you've watched any of my teachings in the past on Etsy, it's always about building the brand. That's why this is Brand Creators. But this channel is really, and I know this is all over the place and I apologize, but I just had these thoughts. I wanted to share them, and I also wanted this to be like part one of all of the videos that I'm going to create moving forward. And for me, I wanted this to be like the first part of that bookend, right? I wanted it to be the start of it, and then we're gonna stack. We're gonna come back, and I wanna just help online businesses. Like, if I could wave a magic wand right now, that is who I want to attract, is the business, the online business person. And if you're just starting, yes, I can help you too. But the person right now, that is where I was buying ads, spending $10,000 a month and breaking even on those ads, but then figuring out how I'm going to upsell people and make money on the back end. That's very stressful. So for me personally, it's when I switched to go to organic, and now YouTube's paying me because I'm getting AdSense money. They're paying me, and I'm building an email list, which, by the way, I should have probably mentioned this in doing this. My son and I, we run Live Video School. It's a brand new channel, started 10 months ago. We're already at 30,000 subscribers. We've hit 1.2 million channel views from scratch, by the way. Didn't leverage this audience. And we're on track to do 100,000 in the first, I would say, 14 to 15 months. So I'm excited about that. And I think that's the key. We got to be excited about something and about what you're doing. But also know that the thing that you're doing now might not be the thing you're going to do forever. It's going to be the thing that's going to teach you and show you the way to the next open door, the next opportunity. And for me, this is where I want to continue to put my time, is helping the online business coach, the course creators, the people selling digital products that are spending money on ads or that are trying to get a funnel to convert, and to show them that it is way easier to build an asset using video, doing this to be able to offer free advice in exchange for their attention. Gary Vee just came out with a book, something about what was it? The new economy, or attention is a new economy, or something like that. I forget what it was. If you guys know what it is, put it in the comments. But attention is everything. Audience is everything. And so that's what I'm going to be doing moving forward. Like I said, Live Video School, that's where we're doing that stuff over there. We're helping people over there. We've already taught things. We've already rolled out classes. We've already done workshops, which is exciting. But it also goes to show you that what I've learned over the last 15 years, I'm applying once again on something brand new, and it's working. And if that interests you, Live Video School, I'll link it up in the description. Or if you want our 100K YouTube creators roadmap, it's basically everything that we're following to get to the first 100K, because the first 100K is the hardest. After that, it's going to be easier. If you would like that, it's an 18-page guide. Just put 100K in the comments, and I'll send you a copy of that. 100K in the comments, and I'll send you a copy of that. And yes, you'll become part of our email list over there at Live Video School, and you'll see how it works. And if you want to unsubscribe, you can. All right? So once again, I just want to say thank you if you have been a subscriber of this channel. If you're interested in building an audience and maybe pivoting yourself in whatever you're doing, definitely follow along. I'll be posting videos here, and I'll be posting videos over there on Live Video School. If you have any questions for me, you can leave them in the comments. And I'm probably going to pop up another video here. Actually, I will. There's a video right here that my son Scotty and I did in the car explaining how we are getting to our first 100K. Watch that video next, and I'll see you there.